Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. I am Surajvan, your instructor. Today, we will discuss about Active Directory organization and objects of Active Directory users and computer tools. When a domain controller installed on your system, you will find several containers within your Active Directory users and computer tools. Those containers are built-in, computer, domain controller, foreign security principals, managed service accounts, user. Now I will move into my Windows Server 2016 and I will show you Active Directory organization tree. In your Windows Server 2016, you open your Active Directory users and computer tools and expand your domain controller. Here you can see there are several containers like as I said before. Built-in computers, CTC users, domain controllers, foreign security principals, managed service account and users. If we expand this built-in container, you can see there are several groups are there. Generally, all groups are belongs to security groups and domain local. This built-in container includes all of the standard groups that are installed by default when you promote a domain controller. Using these groups, likewise account operators, administrators, backup operators groups, you can administrate the server environment smoothly. You can see these groups and its descriptions like account operators. Members can administrate domain user and group accounts. Those users who are belong to these account operators can administrate domain user and group accounts. Like backup operators, you can see like those users who are belongs to backup operator, they can operate and override security restrictions for the sole purpose of backup and restoring files. Likewise, you go through all those groups and you'll get a knowledge about what the different groups are holding each and every operations. Now we'll move into the computers container. Computers container by default it contains a list of workstations in your domain. When you join any workstation to your domain, all these computers will be by default added to this computers container. And CTC user. We have created this custom organization unit to manage our users. Domain controls container. When you promote a domain controller, the domain control machines will be by default added to this domain controller containers. Here you can see our domain is installed on this DC01 machine. So this DC01 machine is showing up here. When you will add any child domain, that domain machine will automatically reflect here with the help of replication. Now this foreign security principle. These containers are any objects to which security can be assigned that are not part of this current domain. Managed service accounts. The managed service accounts are service accounts created to run specific services such as Exchange and SQL Server. And the last but not the least, users. The user containers include all the security accounts that are part of the domain. Here you can see there are several security groups and users also added in here in this users container. Now I'll show you one more thing. If you enable the advanced feature setting, there are other several containers will showing up. For the security reason, those containers are hidden from viewing from the general users. Now I will move into introduction to Active Directory objects. In your Active Directory users and computers tools, you can create several objects such as computer, contact, group, ADUC person, MSTS Site Principal Container, MS Imaging PSPs, MSMQQ alias, organizational unit, printer, user, and server folder. With release of Windows Server 2016, Microsoft releases security features such as privileged access management and site of principal. I'll discuss about privileged access management and site of principal in our Active Directory Security Perimeter chapter. Okay, now begin with this computer object. Computer objects represents workstations that are part of Active Directory domain. All computers within a domain share the same security database, including user and group informations. Contact. Contact objects are usually used in organizational units to specify the main administrative contact. Contacts are not security principals like users. They are used to specify information about individuals outside the organization. Group object. Group objects are a logical collection of users primarily for assigning security permissions to the resources. In our future videos, I will show you how to assign an user to a security group in these group objects. The init outperson object is an Active Directory object that defines attributes of users in lightweight directed access protocol, in short, LDAP, and extra 500 directories. We have already discussed about Shadow Principal container. This container is specially dedicated to Shadow Principal objects. We'll discuss about furthermore in our Active Directory Security Perimeter chapter. Next, MS Imaging PSPS. MS Imaging PSPS is a container for all enterprise scan process objects. MSMQQ alias. It is an Active Directory object for the MSMQ custom recipient class type. The MSMQQ alias objects associate an Active Directory path and a user-defined alias with a public, private, or direct single element format name. This allows a queue alias to be used to reference a queue that might not be listed in Active Directory domain services. Organizational unit. An organizational unit object is created to build a hierarchy within the Active Directory domain. It is the smallest unit that can be used to create administrative groupings, and it can be used to assign group policies. Generally, the OU structure within a domain reflects a company's business organization. Printer. Printer objects are mapped to the printer that is installed in your server, the share printer or anything like that. User. A user object is the fundamental security principle on which Active Directory is based. User accounts contain information about individuals as well as password and other permission informations. And lastly, share folders. Share folder objects map to several shares. They are used to organize the various file resources that may be available on file or print servers. So that's all about Active Directory organization and Active Directory objects. I'll see you in my next video about Active Directory organizational unit and organizational unit planning. Up to then, goodbye.